Welcome back to Chrono Tales, where the veil between worlds grows thin. I'm your host, and tonight's tale will make you question whether death truly is the end, or just the beginning of something far worse. This is the haunting story of the Soul Collector. They say that when someone dies with unfinished business, their soul lingers in the space between life and death. But what happens when someone learns to harvest those lost souls for their own dark purposes? Marcus Thorne had been writing obituaries for the Riverside Gazette for 15 years. It wasn't glamorous work, but it was steady, and Marcus had always found a strange comfort in crafting final tributes to lives well lived. He had a gift for capturing the essence of a person in just a few hundred words. On a rain-soaked Thursday in November, Marcus received a call that would change everything.
Marcus, there's a gentleman here to see you. Says he has information about tomorrow's obituaries.
Tomorrow's. But I haven't even finished today's yet.
The man who entered Marcus's cramped office was ancient, easily 90 years old, with silver hair and eyes like winter ice. He wore an expensive black suit that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it.
Mr. Thorne, my name is Cornelius Blackwood. I have a proposition for you.
If you're looking to place an obituary, you need to speak with.
I'm not here to place one, Mr. Thorne. I'm here to offer you the chance to write obituaries for people who haven't died yet.
Marcus stared at the old man, unsure whether to laugh or call security. But something in Blackwood's eyes, a depth that seemed to contain centuries of secrets, kept him silent.
You have a talent, Mr. Thorne. You capture souls with words. But what if I told you that you could capture them literally?
I think you should leave.
Before you dismiss me, consider this. Mrs. Eleanor Whitman, 82 years old, will pass away tomorrow at 3:17 a.m. from heart failure. She lives alone at 42 Maple Street.
Marcus had never heard of Eleanor Whitman, but something about the specificity of Blackwood's prediction sent a chill down his spine.
Write her obituary tonight, Mr. Thorne. Write it with the pen I'm about to give you. And tomorrow, when she dies exactly as I've predicted, come find me at Green Lawn Cemetery. I'll be waiting by the Blackwood family mausoleum.
The pen Blackwood left behind was unlike anything Marcus had ever seen. It was made of black wood, or what looked like wood, with silver engravings that seemed to shift when he wasn't looking directly at them. That night, Marcus sat at his computer, the strange pen in his hand. He told himself he was just playing along with an old man's delusions, but his fingers moved across the keyboard as if guided by something beyond his control.
Eleanor Whitman, beloved mother and grandmother, passed peacefully in her sleep early Thursday morning. Born in 1941, Eleanor devoted her life to teaching children and caring for stray animals. She will be remembered for her warm smile and generous heart.
As Marcus wrote, he felt a strange energy flowing through the pen and into the words. Each sentence seemed to glow briefly on the screen, before settling into ordinary text. By the time he finished, it was past midnight.
Riverside Gazette, this is 911 dispatch. We have a death report for your morning edition. Eleanor Whitman, 82, found deceased in her home at 42 Maple Street. Time of death estimated at 3:17 a.m.
Marcus's hands shook as he hung up the phone. It was impossible. Blackwood couldn't have known. Unless... At dawn, Marcus drove to Greenlawn Cemetery. The morning mist clung to the headstones like ghostly fingers, and the only sound was his footsteps on the wet grass. He found Blackwood waiting by an elaborate mausoleum, sitting on a stone bench as if he'd been there all night.
Right on time, Mr. Thorne. Did you feel it? The moment her soul separated from her body?
This is insane. Can't predict when people die.
Predict? My dear boy, I don't predict death. I collect the souls of those who die with the assistance of this pen. And now, so do you.
Blackwood stood and walked to his family's mausoleum. With a key that seemed to be made of the same black material as the pen, he opened the door. Inside, Marcus saw dozens of glass vials arranged on shelves, each one containing what looked like swirling, luminescent mist.
Each vial contains a soul, Mr. Thorne. The souls of those who died while you wrote their obituaries with that pen. Eleanor Whitman's soul is now part of my collection.
Why? What do you do with them?
Souls are the ultimate currency, Mr. Thorne. They can extend life, grant power, even alter reality itself. I've been collecting them for over 2 centuries.
Marcus ran from the cemetery, but he couldn't escape the truth. Somehow, by writing Eleanor's obituary with Blackwood's pen, he had stolen her soul at the moment of death. For 3 days, Marcus tried to pretend it had all been a hallucination. But on Sunday night, the pen began to glow, and Marcus felt an overwhelming compulsion to write. He wrote the obituary of Thomas Chen, 67, who would die Monday morning in a car accident. Then Maria Santos, 34, who would succumb to complications from surgery. Then David Park, 45, who would have a fatal heart attack while jogging. Each obituary came true exactly as Marcus had written it, and with each death, he felt stronger, more alert, more alive than he had in years.
You're learning quickly, Mr. Thorne. The souls you've collected are already changing you.
I want to stop. Want to give the pen back.
I'm afraid that's impossible. The pen has chosen you as my successor. You see, I'm dying, Mr. Thorne. After 2 centuries, even stolen souls can't sustain this body forever.
Blackwood moved through Marcus's apartment with the confidence of someone who owned everything he surveyed.
But you can continue the work. Think of it as a public service ensuring that souls don't simply vanish into the void. You're preserving them, keeping them safe.
Safe, you're trapping them.
And in return, you gain the remaining years. Eleanor Whitman had perhaps 10 years left. Those years are now yours. Thomas Chun had 20. Maria Santos had 46.
Marcus realized with horror that Blackwood was right. He did feel younger, stronger. His gray hair was darkening. The lines on his face were fading.
What happens to the souls? Are they conscious in those vials?
Consciousness is complicated. They dream, perhaps. Or remember, does it matter? They fuel something greater than themselves.
That night, Marcus made a decision that would damn or save him. Instead of writing another obituary, he drove to Greenlawn Cemetery and broke into Blackwood's mausoleum. The lock opened at his touch. The pen had given him access to Blackwood's power. Inside, hundreds of souls swirled in their glass prisons, and Marcus could hear them whispering.
Free us.
Please.
Let us go.
Marcus smashed the first vial. A brilliant light filled the mausoleum as Eleanor Whitman's soul spiraled upward and disappeared through the stone ceiling.
What are you doing, you fool?
Marcus began smashing vials systematically, releasing soul after soul into whatever realm awaited them. With each released spirit, he felt weaker, older, more mortal.
Stop. You're destroying centuries of work.
Blackwood appeared in the doorway, but he was no longer the composed gentleman Marcus had met. He looked ancient, decrepit, sustained only by the power of the collected souls.
These people deserve to rest in peace, not fuel your immortality.
As the last soul escaped, Blackwood let out a scream that seemed to come from the depths of hell itself. His body crumbled to dust, and the black pen in Marcus's hand shattered like glass. Marcus collapsed outside the mausoleum as his stolen years fled from his body. His hair turned gray, then white. His face lined and weathered. But for the first time in weeks, he felt truly alive. Dawn was breaking over Greenlawn Cemetery when the police found him. They assumed he was a grieving widower who had spent the night at his wife's grave, a common enough occurrence that they simply helped him to his car and sent him home.
11825, code 6, 105 North Avenue 52.
Marcus returned to writing obituaries, but now he wrote them after people died, not before. He crafted tributes that celebrated lives lived fully and mourned those cut short by tragedy or time. Sometimes, late at night when he was working alone in the newspaper office, Marcus thought he could hear whispers of gratitude carried on the wind. The souls he had freed, perhaps, thanking him from whatever peaceful realm they had found. As for the mausoleum at Greenlawn Cemetery, the groundskeepers found it empty the next morning, with no trace of the hundreds of vials that had once lined its shelves. The Blackwood family had no living relatives, so the mausoleum was sealed permanently. But if you visit Greenlawn on certain nights when the moon is dark, locals say you can still hear an old man's voice calling from the sealed mausoleum, begging for someone to bring him a pen made of black wood and silver. Marcus Thorne lived another 20 years, writing obituaries and sleeping peacefully. When his time came, witnesses said they saw a brilliant light above the hospital, and for just a moment, the sound of many voices welcoming him home. And that concludes tonight's tale from Chrono Tales. Remember, some gifts come with a price too terrible to pay, but sometimes the greatest gift is knowing when to let go. Thank you for joining me in the darkness. Until next time, choose your words carefully. You never know who might be listening, or what power they might hold.